Good morning, students. Today I am going to start a new unit, relations and functions. You have already learned some of the basic concepts in relations and functions. In first PU, you studied the meaning of relation, how to find its domain, codomain, range and its representation. See, we can write the relations in two form. One is set builder form and another one is roster form. That also you all learnt in first PUC. We know how to find the number of relations from two non-empty sets. Here in second PU, we will study the extended concepts of relations. What are the extended concepts of relations here? Here the extended part of relation is types of relations. Here we will discuss one by one types of relations. Empty relation. A relation R. In a relation R in a set A is called an empty relation if no element of A is related to any element of A, that is R is equal to 5, which is subset of A cross A, For that we will see one example. Consider a non-empty set A, let its elements be 1, 2, 3. Define R on A, set of all ordered pairs A, B such that A minus B greater than 4. Do we find any elements in R which satisfies this condition? None of the ordered pairs of A cross A satisfies the conditions. Therefore, R is what? Empty. So, that relation is called empty relation or void relation. We will discuss one more type of relation. Universal relation. A relation R in a set A is called an universal relation. If each element of A is related to every element of A, that is R is equal to A cross A. See, empty relation means no element of A is related to any element of A. Whereas in the case of universal relation, each element of A is related to every element of A. For empty relation, R is 5. For universal relation, R is A cross A. Now, consider A equals 1, 2, 3. Where R is defined as set of all ordered pairs A, B such that A minus B is an integer. Now list out the elements of R. Clearly all the elements of A cross A are the elements of R. Therefore here R is an universal relation. Sometimes these two relations, empty relation and universal relations, are called trivial relations. Now we shall discuss some other important types of relations. Then which are the some other important types of relations? Relations like reflexive, relations like symmetric, relations like transitive antisymmetric and unequivalence relation, and unequivalence relation, equivalence relations, equivalence relations are the some important types of relation. Now we shall define these relations one by one. So reflexive relation. When do we say a relation is reflexive? A relation or in a relation or in a is called reflexive if a comma a belongs to R for all a belongs to a. Whenever a relation satisfies this condition, then we will say that relation is reflexive. That means a element is related to itself. If element is related to itself, then it is called reflexive. Then how do we define a symmetric relation, or when do we say a relation is symmetric? A relation or in a set A is said to be symmetric if AB belongs to R implies BA belongs to R for all AB belongs to R. A relation is said to be symmetric relation if AB belongs to R implies BA belongs to R for all AB belongs to R. Now we shall define a transitive relation. A relation R in A is said to be transitive, if AB, ordered pair AB and BC belongs to R implies AC belongs to R for all A, B and C belongs to A. A relation or in A is said to be reflexive if AA belongs to R for all A belongs to A. A relation or in A is said to be symmetric if AB belongs to R implies BA belongs to R. A relation or in A is said to be transitive if AB belongs to R and BC belongs to R implies AC belongs to R for all ABC belongs to A. Suppose if the relation is reflexive, symmetric and transitive, then we say that relation is an equivalence relation. Then how do you define an equivalence relation? A relation or in A is said to be an equivalence relation if it is reflexive, symmetric and transitive. See, in second PU, regarding the relations concepts, we need to know about only these types of relations and then solving few problems based on these definitions or based on the types of relations. Then whenever we want to solve the problems based on the types of relation, then we must know their definitions or conditions. When we know definitions or conditions, then we can easily solve the problems. So once again we will recapitulate meaning of empty, universal, reflexive, symmetric and transitive. See, empty relation where no element of A is related to any element of A. Universal relation where each element of A is related to every element of A. Reflexive, in a reflexive relation, it has to satisfy the condition that ordered pair A comma A belongs to R for all A belongs to A. Whereas in symmetric, if AB belongs to R, then it has to imply BA belongs to R for all AB belongs to A. Whereas in transitive, if AB belongs to R and BC belongs to R, then it has to imply AC belongs to R. If we know these conditions, then we can easily solve the problems. Now we shall take some examples and solve those problems. Yes, here is a problem. See, show that the relation or in the set 1 comma 2 in the set 1 comma 2 3 given by or equals set of all ordered pair elements 1 comma 2 2 comma 1 is symmetric but neither reflexive nor transitive. Dear student, if you know the definitions, no doubt we can easily solve this one. See here, what we need to do, we need to show that where the R is symmetric but not reflexive and transitive. See, for given A equals 1 comma 2 comma 3, or here they have given only set, let that set be what? A. Let A equals and or equals set of all ordered pair elements 1 comma 2 2 comma 1. Reflexive, we shall examine whether R is reflexive or not. Reflexive, here 1 comma 1 and 2 comma 2 1 comma 1 2 comma 2 and 3 comma 3 does not belongs to R. Therefore, R is not reflexive. Just recapitulate the definition of reflexive. A relation R in A is said to be reflexive if AA belongs to R, for all A belongs to A. Here we do not find any element in R where 1 1 2 2 and 3 in R. Therefore, it is not reflexive. Now we shall check up whether it is symmetric or not. R is symmetric because 1 comma 2 belongs to R implies 2 comma 1 belongs to R. For all 1 comma 2 belongs to A. Now you will have some doubts in your mind. According to the definition of symmetry, if AB belongs to R and implies BA belongs to R. But in A cross A there are many elements. But in the given here we need to observe what they have defined R. Where R they have already given where whose elements are 1 comma 2, 2 comma 1 only. On those elements only we need to examine whether it is symmetric or not. See clearly, for an element 1 comma 2 we have an element 2 comma 1, means 1 comma 2 implies 2 comma 1, that is obviously in R. Therefore it is symmetric. For transitivity, R is not transitive. Because 1 comma 2 and 2 comma 1 belongs to R, but 1 comma 1 does not belongs to R. Therefore, R is not transitive. Hence, we can come to a conclusion. The given relation R is symmetric but neither reflexive nor transitive. This is how we can solve the problems related to relations. We will take some more examples and we will solve them. The relation, we shall take one more example. The relation R is defined on the set, A equals 1, 2, 3 as follows. R equals 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 1. Find whether each of R is reflexive, symmetric and transitive. Yes. Now we shall find whether R is reflexive or symmetric or transitive. Once again, what we required? We know the meaning of reflexive, symmetric and transitive, or conditions to say a relation is reflexive, symmetric and transitive. Here they have given R, means a relation is already defined on a set A, where A is 1, 2, 3 and R is set of all ordered pair elements 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 1. Now first we shall examine whether R is reflexive or not. See, look at the elements of R. Do we have any elements like 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3? So we do not find any elements like 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3 in R. Then clearly what? R is not reflexive. We can easily say here R is not reflexive. Then give the reason. R is not reflexive because 1, 1, 2, 2 and 3, 3 does not belongs to R. See, it is not necessary to list out all the elements. If any one of the element is not in R, it is sufficient to say that relation is not reflexive. Now we shall examine symmetric, whether R is symmetric or not. Symmetric relation 1, 2. Do we have any elements like 2, 1 there? 2, 3, 3, 1. So one example is sufficient to say it is not symmetric. Consider 1, 2. That element never implies 2, 1. It is sufficient to say that R is not symmetric. Give reason. R is not symmetric because 1, 2 belongs to R, but 2, 1 does not belongs to R. Therefore, R is not symmetric. Now, we shall find whether R is transitive or not. Now, listen here. We have 1, 2 and 2, 3, AB and BC. Whenever AB and BC are belongs to R, if it implies AC belongs to R, then only it is transitive. Here 1, 2 and 2, 3 are the elements of R. But we do not find any elements where 1, 3 in R. Therefore, it is not transitive. R is not transitive. Because since 1, 2 belongs to R and 2, 3 belongs to R, does not implies 1, 3 1, 3 belongs to R. Therefore, it is not transitive. So, the given relation is neither reflexive nor symmetric and nor transitive and nor transitive. This is how we can examine the given relation is reflexive or symmetric or transitive. We shall see some more examples related to relations. Well, students, now we will discuss one more very important problem where they will ask this question for 3 marks in your board examinations. Regarding that, examine or determine whether the relation is reflexive or give example for symmetric, transitive or reflexive. They are all for 1 or 2 marks questions. We will find these type of questions for 3 marks in board examinations. Show that the relation R in the set A of points in a plane given by R equals set of all ordered pairs P, Q such that distance of P from origin is equal to distance of Q from origin, which means OP is equal to OQ. We need to find a set of ordered pairs such that OP is equal to OQ is an equivalence relation. Further show that the set of all points related to a point P not equal to 0, 0 is the circle passing through P with origin as center. We have half of the solution in question itself. They have defined a relation R on the set of points, in a plane. Show that is an equivalence relation, means we need to examine whether the relation is, show that means 100% what? It should be reflexive, symmetric and transitive. We need to give reasons how the given relation is reflexive, symmetric and transitive. Whenever it becomes reflexive, symmetric and transitive, it is sufficient to say that the given relation is an equivalence relation. And further there is a tag question for that. What? We need to show that the set of all points related to a point P not equal to 0 is a circle passing through P with origin as center. If you know the meaning of circle, that is by the definition of locus of circle, we can easily say clearly that set of points where it is not equal to 0, 0 is a circle passing through P with origin as center. Now, how to solve that one? Let A equals, we need to consider a non-empty set where it is set of all points in a plane, and they have only defined R where it is set of all ordered pair P, Q such that OP equals OQ. We can rewrite that in shorter form. OP is equal to OQ, where O is origin, distance of P from origin is equal to distance of Q from origin. Now for reflexive. Clearly P, P belongs to R for all P belongs to A, because OP is equal to OP always. Clearly P, P belongs to. When P, P belongs to R, then therefore R is reflexive. Now for symmetric. Let PQ belongs to R, which implies OP is equal to OQ. That can be rewritten as OQ is equal to OP. That implies QP belongs to R. When PQ belongs to R implies QP belongs to R, by the definition of symmetry, clearly that R is what? A symmetric relation. Therefore, for all PQ belongs to A, therefore R is symmetric. Don't forget to write where the elements belongs to. Now we shall examine whether it is transitive or not. Obviously it is transitive because we need to show what? It is an equivalence relation. Whenever we need to say it is an equivalence relation, it should be reflexive, symmetric and transitive. Let PQ belongs to R and QR belongs to R. So this implies OP is equal to OQ, where this implies OQ is equal to OR. Then clearly this implies PR belongs to R. PR belongs to R. Since PQ belongs to R and PR belongs to R implies PR belongs to R. Since PQ belongs to R and QR belongs to R implies PR belongs to R. Therefore, R is transitive. Now we can conclude. Since the given relation R is reflexive, symmetric and transitive on A, therefore R is an equivalence relation. You write that one. Since R is reflexive, symmetric and transitive, hence it is an equivalence relation. One more part of the question. What is that? We need to show that the set of all points related to a point where P is not equal to 0 is the circle passing through P with origin as center. Now, consider, now we are discussing about the second part of the question. That is, we need to show that locus of point, with the condition that the set of all points whose distances from origin is same. Consider OP is equal to, OQ is equal to, OR is equal to, and so on up to equals a some distance, say K is equal to K. The set of all, the locus of the point, the locus of the point, the locus of the point, the locus of the point under the condition, the locus of the point P under the condition or with the condition, under the condition that distances of all the points, distances of all the points from origin is same, from origin is same, is a circle, let P equals x comma y not equal to 0 comma 0. Then clearly OP equals K. That is root of, by distance formula, x minus 0 whole square plus of y minus 0 whole square equals K. Squaring on both sides, we have x square plus y square equals K square, which is nothing but an equation of circle. Thus we have proved that the set of all points related to a point P not equal to 0, 0 is the circle passing through P with origin as center. So this is how we can solve the given problem. It is for 3 marks, very, very important. Now we will see some more examples which are similar to these problems. Well, student, we will see one more important problem. Here they have given a set R. R is defined on the R where set of all ordered pair A comma B such that A less than or equal to B square is neither reflexive nor symmetric nor transitive. One more thing is very, very important to know is whenever the relation is not possible, there you can give counterexample instead of proving generally. If it is a respective relations, then prove them generally, not by giving counter example. That is very, very important. If you write them in a counter example, then you will get only 0 marks in your examination. So whenever it is reflexive, symmetric, transitive or a respective relation, prove them generally, not by giving counter example. If it is not, then prove it by counter example. Now here, let R be the set of all real numbers. Let A equals set of all real numbers. Set of all real numbers. Set of all real numbers. And R is defined, where R is given as set of all ordered pair A comma B such that A less than or equal to B square for all AB belongs to R. Show that is neither reflexive nor symmetric nor transitive. Means it is neither reflexive nor symmetric and nor transitive, means not satisfying the conditions of reflexivity, symmetric and transitivity. Now reflexive. Consider 1 comma 2 comma 1 comma 2 where it does not belongs to R, because 1 by 2 is not less than or equal to 1 by 4, not less than or equal to 1 by 4. Therefore R is not reflexive. See here we have not proved it. Generally by counter example we have shown where that R is not reflexive. For symmetric, let 1 comma 2 belongs to R. Let 1 comma 2 belongs to R implies 1 is less than or equal to 2 square, that is 1 is less than or equal to 4, but 2 comma 1 does not belongs to R, because 2 never be less than or equal to 1. Therefore R is not symmetric. R is not symmetric. Now for transitivity, very, very important. If you choose the set of ordered pairs where it always satisfies the condition, there we need to choose some ordered pairs where it does not satisfy the condition. Here also in reflexive, if you take 1 comma 1, obviously 1 is less than or equal to 1 square. Even if you take 2, but 2 comma 2, if you take 2 is obviously less than or equal to 2 square. 3 is also less than or equal to 3 square. All elements satisfying that condition. But there we need to choose an ordered pair such that it does not satisfy the condition. Hence here we have taken an element 1 comma 2, 1 comma 2 where it does not holds the condition. Very, very important problem. So now for transitivity, let 10 comma 4 belongs to R and 4 comma 1 belongs to 4 comma 3 belongs to R. So 10 comma 4 belongs to R, which implies 10 is less than or equal to 4 square and 4 is less than or equal to 9. But 10 comma 3 does not belongs to R, because 10 never be less than or equal to 9. Therefore R is not transitive. Now conclude it. Clearly the given relation R is neither reflexive nor symmetric and nor transitive. This is how to solve the given problem. Now we will see one more example. It is little bit different from the past two questions. We have one more example. See here, we need to show that or in the set of integers where r defined as set of all ordered pair a comma b such that 2 divides a minus b is an equivalence relation. Let a equals z set of all integers and r equals set of all ordered pairs a comma b such that 2 divides a minus b for all ab belongs to set of integers. Now examine the reflexivity of R. Reflexivity. Clearly R is reflexive. R is reflexive because a comma a belongs to R implies a minus a equals 0 because a comma a belongs to R which implies 2 divides a minus a, that is 2 divides 0. Clearly R is reflexive since a belongs to R. When a belongs to R means 2 is dividing a minus a, which means 2 is dividing 0. That also belongs to a z, belongs to z. Now symmetric. Let AB belongs to R implies 2 divides A minus B. That implies 2 divides minus of B minus A. That implies 2 divides B minus A. And that implies BA belongs to R. When AB belongs to R implies BA belongs to R, therefore R is symmetric. R is symmetric. Now for transitivity, consider any two ordered pair. Transitivity, let AB belongs to R and BC belongs to R, which implies 2 divides A minus B and 2 divides B minus C. Clearly that implies 2 divides A minus C. Therefore, AC belongs to R. Now you can ask, how sir, when 2 divides A minus B and 2 divides B minus C implies 2 divides A minus C. You just take A minus B plus B minus C. Whenever A minus B is divisible by 2 and B minus C is divisible by 2, obviously their sum is also divisible by 2. So therefore, 2 divides A minus B plus B minus C, that is 2 divides A minus C. When 2 divides A minus C means ordered pair AC is in R. So AB belongs to R and BC belongs to R implies AC belongs to R. Therefore, R is transitive. When the given relation is reflexive, symmetric and transitive, clearly that R is an equivalence relation. So you just write down, since R is reflexive, symmetric and transitive, therefore it is an equivalence relation. Here is one more very important concept in this example. Look at here. Here in Z we can consider two subsets of Z, say Z1 and Z2, where Z1 is set of all even numbers 2, 0, 2, 4, 2, 4, 6 and so on, where Z2 is the set of all odd numbers 1, 3, 5, 7 and so on up to. Here we have considered two subsets of Z, where Z1 is the set of all even numbers, Z2 is the set of all odd numbers. The elements of Z1 is related to each other, and the elements of Z2 are related to each other, but no element of Z1 is related to any element of Z2. Here in this example, where the elements of Z1 are related to each other with 0, means if you take 0 plus or minus 2, 0 plus or minus 4 and so on up to etc., where they are related to 0, means they are belongs to a class called 0 class belongs to 0 class, that is called an equivalence class. When the set of all elements related to each other with some class, then it is called equivalence class. Here set of all odd integers are related to 1 or related to 1, then it is called an equivalence class of 1. Means or here the relation or divides the non-empty set into partitions or subdivisions of AI with the conditions that no element of A is related to any element of AJ, or each element of A related to each other. Union of AA and AJ form a given set and their intersection is empty. Means always a equivalence relation divides the given set into disjoint subsets, into mutually disjoint subsets with the given conditions. What we call them as equivalence classes. It is you may find these type of questions in competitive examinations. In addition to this, you need to know about different types of relations like identity, antisymmetric relations, which you are not discussed here, and also we need to know some of the properties and relations like intersections of two equivalence relation is an equivalence relation and etc. So regarding relations, if you have any doubts, you can either ask by calling or by text message. You can clarify your doubts. Thank you.